Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Beats and Boots, the show that puts country and hip-hop face to face. I'm your host, Emmett Bodie, joined by Luke Spudzinski. And Luke, you look pretty happy. What happened, man?
I am happy. I'm very happy. Do you know why?
Why?
I just got Tyler, the Creator tickets.
Nice. You got them in studio?
Yeah, it was like the pre-sale started at 10 o'clock. I was on there, 9:50, got on, spot 200 in the queue, got my tickets.
Where are you sitting? Wait, where is it? Scotiabank?
It's at Scotiabank.
Okay. I'm
definitely not sitting near the stage. I think I'm row 17 in the 300s.
Well, that's fine.
It's still tickets, though, so I'm hypey. I'm hyped and happy.
Well,
I'm hypey.
Happy for you.
I know.
Well, yeah.
What do we got in store today, Emmett?
Well, I'll just say, Beats and Boots, it's about, each week, me and Luke bring one musical artist. I'm a country fan, Luke is a hip-hop fan, and we bring one artist with a common theme, and we face them off against each other. So, Luke, why don't you say what your artist is and what our theme is?
Okay, so the theme this week was to bring an artist in who has had a glow-up, and I'm not meaning like a glow-up in looks category. Yeah, I guess mine counts for the looks.
Mine did too.
Oh, wow. We'll have to see a picture later.
Yeah.
But yeah, a glow up in the, sonically. So the music has gotten better, we think, personally.
A transition, yeah.
A transition over time, an evolution.
Yeah.
And so this week, I brought to the table the guy who I just got tickets for, the guy who just released an album on Monday, Tyler, the Creator.
Boo, just kidding.
Boo.
I'm excited to hear. I haven't listened to much Tyler, the Creator, so I'm excited to hear what you got.
Get ready for quite the evolution. Who'd you bring to the table?
All right. So last week, I brought you the Red Dirt, Americana, Texas style of Parker McCollum. Well, this week, I brought you music from a different place in the country, but I want to play you actually this guy's accent. I want you to guess where he's from.
Okay.
But I like it because, ever since it's kind of been taken off, I ain't had no time to write. I've written.
Okay, where do you think he's from?
Like Nashville, Tennessee?
No, Washington State.
Oh, that's kind of random.
I told you, country music comes from everywhere.
Yeah, but he's probably faking the accent then, no?
No, because Zach Toff is his name. I'm doing Zach Toff. He's a country boy. He grew up on a ranch, and he's as country as can be. Country folks come from everywhere, and he comes from Washington State. But yeah, he's probably one of the hottest things in country music these days. But I don't think many people know this, but he actually started off as a bluegrass artist.
One of my least favorite genres in music.
Oh, really?
I can't stand bluegrass.
Well,
it's too twangy. It's too
We'll talk about it, but yeah, you can go first. But yeah,
you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm doing Zach Toff.
All right. I would put out the claim and say that Tyler, the Creator, has gone through the biggest evolution in the history of hip-hop music.
Okay.
That's what I think. So his first album, well, actually, he started in a group called Odd Future, and he started way back in 2007. In this group, he was with people like Frank Ocean, which you probably know of.
He releases a lot of music these days.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Frank Ocean, Earl Sweatshirt, which I don't know if you know. He's just another guy, and a few others that are.
Wait, he's from like L.A., right?
Who?
Or
Tyler?
Yeah, or like California.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I hope so. We'll have to fact check after the first commercial break, but I'm pretty sure he is from California.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he started this group, Odd Future, and they were releasing, mixtapes here and there. One kind of took off called Odd Future Volume 2. It has some bangers on it, but a lot of them weren't actually Tyler's bangers. It was more like the group's bangers.
How did the group work? Was it like NWA kind of where like they had like each like a song and they had like a different verse or like?
No, it was more like they would each release a song in the album. One of the biggest songs was White, which is basically a Frank Ocean song. Okay. It's like, could this be Earth? Could this be live? I'm not going to sing, but that's
good thing you're not a professional singer.
I'm pretty close to a professional.
Well, yeah. Maybe you can try out for Tyler at his concert.
What? Be like, can I sing for you? I don't think that'll work.
Well, no. We might.
No.
Fine.
I don't think he'd be able to read the sign from up there.
Well, anyways,
yeah. So after that, he went to release his first mixtape. Yeah. And his first mixtape came back out in 2009, I believe. And this was called Bastard, which is kind of a iffy name, but that was kind of the thing Tyler was going for. In fact, he was like very on the side of like, everything I want to put out has a shock factor to it. So he's like saying a lot of things that probably shouldn't be said. It's very like, he's talking about stuff that's way out of left field. He should not talk about in songs. And I'm just going to play you a clip from this album. Basically, it's the opening part. And so one thing that is pretty cool about Tyler's first album, and it continues for the next three, was there was a main theme and a storyline. And they call this album the Trilogy.
Like this one album?
So no, this one, the next one, and the next one after. And I'll get to those, but this first one is Bastard, is the first in the trilogy, and he introduces this character called Dr. TC, who's a therapist, and he continues throughout the next three albums. And there's a whole storyline. If you want to know more about it, look up Tennis Tom on YouTube. He has an hour-long video explaining it. But yeah, let me play this first song, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what Tyler wanted this to sound like. Just because...
Well, look, if you don't talk, I mean, these sessions are going to go slower. So. This is what the devil plays before he goes to sleep. Some food for thought, this food for death. Go ahead and fucking eat.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So right off the bat, you can hear that Dr. TC character. That's the low voice. He's like, Tyler, if you don't talk, like that.
So it kind of is like the devil on his shoulder.
Kind of. Okay. But he's more of a therapist, so he's actually trying to like help Tyler.
That's a pretty bad therapist.
I know. But then the next part, when he starts singing with the piano chords, which are... There's a lot of... It's in-depth, but basically when he says, this is what the devil listens to before he goes to sleep, that's basically what Bastard is. It's a lot of like, oh my, what is Tyler saying? Do not say that on... Like, you're dead.
Just like pure shock factor.
Yeah, like he's just going for people going like...
Yeah.
But that being said, when a few years after this album came out, Tyler did kind of come back and be like, you know what, I was young when I released this. He was like 16, 17 when a lot of it was recorded. Came out when he was 18. So he was young. So I'm not saying that what he said was okay. I'm just saying that was what he said.
Like, what did he say? Like
a lot of stuff about like killing people, other forms of like assault, violence, murder, like a lot of things like that, which you don't hear often on newer Tyler the Creator stuff. And we'll get into
Interesting.
That. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring to the table first.
Start off with Bastard. Is the first album? So
Bastard is the first album. And then do you want to go next or do you want me to continue?
You can go.
Okay. So from there, we get into the first studio album of Tyler the Creator's, which is Goblin.
Yeah.
And Goblin, to me, was a massive jump. Like, I think it's, like, infinitely times better, because I can actually listen to Goblin and not be like, okay, I should not be listening to this.
Wait, do you think his first album's good? Or like,
no.
Okay.
No, I think his first album's, like, bad.
Okay.
Like, there's some great parts to it, but it's pretty bad.
Okay.
But Goblin, it's also not great, I would say, but it's still... decent enough where I'm like, oh, this is like fire, some songs.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, he has a song called She, which I can play off of this album with his odd future companion, Frank Ocean. And this is like one of the biggest songs off the album.
Okay.
So this is Frank.
Check your window. Swag. He's at your window. I ain't white, hitting soft, I'm turning kisses to bites. I'm a down-to-earth nigga with intention, that's right. You'll be down to earth quicker if you diss me.
So yeah.
Yeah, still very dark.
It's still very dark. Like, this album has a lot of dark songs, and I'm going to play you one more song from this album, just because it was probably the biggest song and what brought Tyler to the mainstream.
Yeah, I think I know this one.
It's called Yonkers.
Yeah.
So this song, it's...
Oh my god.
Walking paradox. No, I'm not. Threesomes with a fucking triceratops. Repped hard. Rapping as I'm mocking deaf rock stars. Wearing synthetic wigs made of anwars. Dreadlocks. Bedrock. Harder than a motherfucking flint.
So yeah. It's still super, super dark music. And he's still not out of that. I forget I think it's called like horrorcore. Something like that is what they call this hip hop, where it's like very like at you, trying to make you be like, oh, can you say that? He shouldn't say that.
Like, do you think his music is like these first two albums are just purely for shock factor? Or, like, is there?
And I think he said that. I have let me see. No, it's not on this one. But another one, he says like, okay, the first three albums, I kind of was just trying to make people like be like that. But then now in this one, I want to like write out what I was feeling, basically.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so this was his first two albums. It went from Bastard to Goblin. Both similar. Goblin's a bit more polished and just sounds like a better album in general. And now has features with like Frank Ocean and some others that were on that album. And it also maintains that Dr. TC theme that I talked about earlier on Bastard. And now it continues the storyline. It has some new characters. But yeah, those are the first two albums.
Yes.
Very similar, but still a progression for Tyler.
Yeah, he's getting better.
Slowly getting better.
Okay, for me, Zach Top, instead of Tyler, I'm going to call Tyler the Creator Tyler Childers. I know I am.
Oh, brother.
I know. I just every time I think of Tyler and C, I just think of Tyler Childers, who hopefully we'll cover in another episode. But anyways, unlike Tyler the Creator, who like stuck to like his hip hop throughout his musical career, Zach Top switched genres. So as I said, he started off as a bluegrass musician.
Did he get like hate for that? Like when he went from bluegrass to country?
Well, not really, because nobody knew who he was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like when like this is a bad example, but like MGK,
yeah.
you know him? Like he went from hip hop rap to rock.
Yeah, but like people, but didn't he have like somewhat of a following?
I guess. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But it was like from bad to bad, basically.
Yeah. Well.
Anyways, keep going.
Okay, so if you don't know what bluegrass music, just like it's kind of like picture yourself in the Appalachian Mountains, and you see a guy, he sees a local, and he starts playing music. That's kind of what bluegrass music is. I'll play you a clip from Zach Top. This is his cover of Showboat Gambler. So yeah, very twangy.
This is bluegrass that
this is extremely bluegrass.
Like when I think of bluegrass, is what I got.
Yeah, that's very bluegrass. So yeah, he was a hardcore bluegrass artist. He started off when he was 7 years old on a family band called Top Strings, and he had some success in the bluegrass scene. He had a #1 song on bluegrass radio called
one of the biggest radio stations.
Well, yeah,
bluegrass radio.
To be fair, I don't know. Like in Canada, bluegrass isn't very popular.
No.
So,
but maybe down south.
Yeah, but yeah, the song is called "Ain't No Thing." I'll play it. Or sorry, like it ain't no thing. So still very bluegrassy.
Still bluegrass to the max.
But just listen to his voice. See if you can see anything in him.
You got me wondering what I'm doing here.
Yeah, this is just a bluegrass song.
And why don't you like bluegrass?
I just think it's like, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Like, I don't like the twanginess of everything.
I think there's like some aspects I like of it. Like I feel like it's very like homey.
Yeah.
It feels authentic, which I really like.
Tyler and this guy, Zach Top. ZZ Top.
Oh, now we're just confusing names here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just call Tyler the Creator Tyler Childers. So you can call Zach Top. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so ZZ Top and Tyler kind of have a similar thing where it's like their first few albums were it sounds like kind of rough around the edges.
Well,
like
yeah, you can tell it's not the greatest production quality.
Yeah, because even in that one, you're like, oh, the vocals are like so far down.
Yeah, you can tell,
like else. But yeah, anyways, I don't know why I don't like bluegrass. It's just kind of how I am.
Hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
But you're not alone. Obviously, bluegrass isn't the most popular genre.
That's for sure.
But Zach Top's career changed when he got noticed by Carson Chamberlain. Now, Carson Chamberlain, he was the lead band member of Keith Whitley's band. Now, do you know who Keith Whitley is?
I don't think so.
Okay, I know you're chronically online, so I can give this example. You know, like a couple of years ago, there was that, like, I don't want to call it a TikTok song, but a song that was popular on TikTok. And it was like, calling me from Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Miami.
Yeah.
That's Keith Whitley.
I'm not chronically online.
Well,
you're chronically on. You
I am
brain rot to the max.
No, I'm not brain rot. You are brain rotted.
Do we not want to bring up what we were doing last night?
What?
We had to watch a baseball game. And
no, that was you. I wanted to watch the baseball game. I was just chilling, watching a nice Yankees-Dodgers game. You know, baseball's just, just like, it's a little boring, but, my brain-rotted brain can watch a singular baseball game. I go into the kitchen. We're also roommates, by the way. I go into the kitchen. I come back. Luke turns on our second TV, by the way.
Because we have two TVs.
Yeah. He turns on Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules.
Which you continued to watch both. You didn't want to turn it off. You were enthralled by Diary of the Wimpy Kid, and then you went, oh, the Yankees won.
Okay, but you put it on.
No.
I was happy just watching one singular baseball game.
Okay, fine. I put it on. You were the one that kept it going.
You were like, oh man, where's the Rizzler? I need more dopamine. Diary of the Wimpy Kid. That's good.
True. It was either that or Subway Surfers, so I thought Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Well, you know what gets you more dopamine? Zach Top's new music.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, I'll just... So, Keith Whitley.
Yeah, let's hear about him.
Extremely good musician. I hope to cover him. He's inspired a lot of artists. Tragically, he passed away when he was very young from alcoholism. And I'm not talking I don't want to, a lot of people, artists or people who die from alcohol die from drowning in the bathtub from like passing out in alcohol. Keith Whaley straight up died from drinking too much alcohol.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. Like,
wow, that's sad.
Yeah. But anyways, so he tragically passed away. Carson Chamberlain, who was the band leader for him, noticed Zach Top, and he kind of took him under his wing, learned him the ropes of Nashville. Zach Top moved to Nashville in 2021 to pursue a different kind of genre, neo-traditional country. Now,
not the made-up genres.
No, okay. Neo-traditional country. I'll explain this. Just close your eyes.
Okay.
If you're listening, close your eyes. Picture cowboy hats.
Yeah.
Mustaches.
Okay.
Mullets.
Oh wow.
A honky tonk.
This is bad.
In 1990s, this culture.
Is this Rockin' Horse?
You always bring up Rockin' Horse.
It's the only country thing I know in Toronto.
But so neo-traditional country, think like Reba McEntire, Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson. You know, like the song like Chattahoochee. Here, I'll play it. Like, I think you know this song.
Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water.
Like absolute bangers. Probably one of my favorite genres.
Oh wow, that's crazy. But okay.
Extremely popular in the 90s. I'm talking about like it was probably bigger than pop music. I would honestly say.
No, okay, that's crazy. That's the craziest take of all time. You think that a country music genre
in the 90s?
No. There's no way. In the 90s when you had people like Britney Spears.
That was 2000s. I'm talking about like earlier 90s.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking earlier 90s. Like Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire, Garth Brooks, sorry.
Read the text.
So I'm just really popular these days. I don't know why.
Can't be true.
Garth Brooks, who like is one of the biggest selling artists of all time. Had to start in neo-traditional country.
I'm gonna have to fact check this after the break because there's no way that country music genre was bigger than pop.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Neo-traditional country it's very emphasizes on instrumental backgrounds, like strong, like thudding, steel guitars. Steel guitars very important in neo-traditional country. And then with traditional country vocal style. So it kind of emerged because in the 70s and 80s, country music kind of turned pop. Somewhat.
Interesting.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad music, but
I feel like that's where it is now.
It turned very popish. Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay.
It turned very popish. Like, think like Islands in the Stream. You know that song?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it's with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Like, Islands in the Stream.
I do know that song.
It was written by Barry Gibb, I'm pretty sure, like from the Bee Gees.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but anyways, that's like the songs I would be like. Those are two country artists, and that's a pretty poppy song.
Yeah.
Like Olivia Newton-John, you know her?
Yeah. I know the name.
She won CMAs. Like she played Sandy in Grease. So like this is a very poppy time in country music.
Yeah.
Trying to make country music turn more poppy. Whereas there's this longing to go back to the Hank Williams seniors of the past, right?
Yeah.
Wear your cowboy hat, wear your traditional country, be proud to be proud of country culture, right?
Yeah.
So this inspired the neo-traditional countries rooted back in the past, kind of go back to the roots. I want to call it just like fastball country, you know? Since we were talking about the Dodgers and Yankees, just fastball country, throwing straight down the middle, hard line. This is what country music is. Got my cowboy hat, and that's country music. And it became extremely popular in the 1990s, whereas the 70s, 80s, country music trying to kind of turn towards pop.
Okay.
Country music did its own thing, and then the pop went towards country. You know, like
I get it.
The popularity went towards country.
Yeah, so it all flowed to one.
So you can kind of think that the first era of neo-traditional country as country's first glow-up, which is what we're talking about.
Country's first glow-up.
So, 2010s, not the best time for country music, It's lots of road country, lots of backwards hats.
Are we not still in that area?
No.
Well, kind of.
But
there's only like a few people that I feel like mainstream are not doing that.
No.
Like Zach.
We can talk about this later.
Okay, yeah.
Because I do want to get to this.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that. So yeah, again, country music in the 2010s was becoming more popish.
Okay.
So then neo-traditional again, trying to go back to country, trying to throw a fastball instead of sliders.
I see. So it's just basically back to the roots.
Yeah. And then Zach Top is one of the people leading the way.
Okay.
So you want me? I'll play you a song.
Yeah, play me a song.
Okay. So this is called.
Oh, I have to wake up.
Bro, you wake up at 10:30?
No, I don't know why I have that alarm. I wake up at like 7:30.
Wow, I'm proud of you.
Not intentionally, but it happens.
Oh, you had a nightmare?
No. I don't think so. Usually I don't have nightmares. I usually just have pretty good dreams.
I have like some nightmares, but like not that bad. Usually when I have a nightmare, I snap myself out of it by during the dream. I think, oh, this would be a good horror movie.
Wow, you have the brain capacity. If I'm in a nightmare, I'm like, oh man, I'm dead.
No, like, I'm really scared, and then I think like, oh, this would be a good horror movie, and then I come down.
That's nice.
But anyways, so he's released one album to date.
Okay.
Of neo-traditional country called Cold Beer and Country Music.
Okay.
Which is it's a very fun title. So this is the first song off of that album called Sounds Like the Radio. And, you know, there's this big hype of him returning back to a neo-traditional country. So let's see how he starts it off.
Well, the day I was born, the doc couldn't believe I came out crying Chattahoochee. Didn't take too long after that for the hair on my head to grow long in the back.
We're bringing it back. We're bringing mullets
God.
back. I love that. So yeah,
What? All right. Okay.
he's bringing mullets back.
All right.
And yeah, so he's literally the first line. He's saying, he references Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the most iconic songs of the 1990s. And he's like, yeah, I'm bringing this music back. It sounds like the radio. He's literally saying his music will sound like the radio.
On the nose.
Yeah. Like, hey, you want to hear the chorus?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Sounds like the radio. Back in 94, you know. Hook the speaker up to my soul. It sounds like the radio. Sounds like a damn good time. Soaking up some neon light. Well, it's a little bit of fiddle and a whole lot of country gold. Yeah, my whole life sounds like the radio.
So he's literally saying
so
his life
back to
sounds
the
like the
roots.
radio, you know? And
It's
a very on the ball, on the nose song to start off an album, saying that this album's
back.
going to sound, basically we back. It's going to sound like 90s radio when it was extremely popular. And
it sounds like I'm back in Port Perry, Ontario. I'm not gonna lie, but I can understand why some country fans are excited that we're not back in like the.
Our camera person, Owen.
Who? Owen Drum?
Yeah, don't talk. No talk.
Are you talking? You're not supposed to talk in this show.
I'm speaking.
He has a smile on his face because it just puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, because he's from Mattawa.
It just puts a smile on your face, this music. And I think Zach Top's bringing it back. But yeah, that was a really good first session. Flew by. You want to take a quick break?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. Let's play a little bit of The Police. To recap, we're talking about glow up artists. I'm a country music fan. I brought Zach Top.
And yeah, I'm a hip hop fan. And yeah, I brought Tyler, the Creator, which everybody knows who knows him. He's gone through that glow up.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue the glow up and what I think is his biggest jump in his career so far. So we've now heard Bastard. Yikes. Then we heard Goblin. Kind of a yikes.
Yonkers.
And now we're here at Wolf.
Okay.
So Wolf is underrated and underrated to the max. Like, I think this album does not get enough love. I think people throw it off because his first two were bad and people are like, well, this one's part of that trilogy, it's got to be bad too.
Okay.
But in my opinion, it is not. This is like he's taken a huge turn here. So it continues that story that's spanned across the three albums, the Dr. TC one that we've talked about where we've heard his voice. It continues. And now he's getting more emotional on this album. And this is what I meant about the quote, and I'll read it to you. It says, "The type of music I made, it just doesn't interest me anymore. What interests me is making weird hippie music for people to get high to. With Wolf, I'll brag a little more, talk about money and buying shit, but not like any other rapper, I'll be a smartass about it."
Nice.
So he's moving away from that.
He's being more real.
He's being more, well, somewhat more real. Like, he's still talking about, like, money and whatever. Well, but he's not talking about, like, I want to chop you up and stuff you in a freezer. And you're like, what? So it's getting a bit better than that.
Yeah.
This album, I think, has, like, beautiful instrumentals, which on the first album on the first two you kind of got, but it was very, like, lyric heavy. This one, he's letting those instrumentals shine.
Okay, cool.
And then I again think the lyrics are starting to become more deep and less like, gotcha kind of thing. I can play you a song, which I have here.
Let's do it.
I don't have an exact timestamp because it didn't save, but a constant problem for me. But I do have. I pulled it up on YouTube here. This is called IFHY, which is I Hate You, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
It's a song with Pharrell Williams, what I think is the best, and it kind of has that emotional beat.
Let's hear it.
I even consider picking up smoking. Turn to a bitch, let the dogs out.
Yeah, I like this beat much better.
Yeah, so it's less like screechy at you. And the whole song is about him talking about this girl that he hates because she's done all these things, but he still likes her. Basically.
Classic.
It's a classic trope, but
Yeah.
it goes really well in this song, and I think it's probably the strongest on the album. Maybe not. There's a few others that I would love, but
You can just tell how like he's definitely progressed.
yeah, he's easily like we listened to that first clip where he's like, "This is what the devil listens to
Yeah.
when he goes to sleep," and you're like, "Oh my!" To this, it's like, "Oh, I can listen to this when I'm going on a walk outside."
And you can like understand it. You can relate to it.
You can relate to it. Yeah, it's not like Yonkers where he's like, "I'm a triceratops."
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. So we go to that, and then after the trilogy, he's on a 2-year album cycle. It's a classic Tyler thing. So every 2 years he releases an album. So the next 2 years, everybody's like, "Where are we going? The trilogy's done. Where are we going from here?"
Yeah.
And he goes to an album called Cherry Bomb. Now, unfortunately, I think Cherry Bomb was a huge bust.
Oh, really?
Like, I think he took a massive dip. Like, I think he's kind of back to everything
So
where it's like
he didn't glow up.
he didn't.
At this point.
At this point, no. I'd say people are like, okay, well, we just got this like Wolf, which it wasn't like critically. It was kind of critically acclaimed. Like, it wasn't like, oh, this is the next great thing. Like, it was like, okay, this is a solid album. Listen to it.
Okay, yeah.
And then we go to Cherry Bomb, and people, it's weird because a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it, and then some people are in the middle where it's like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm probably on the side where I'm like, I just don't think it's good.
Okay.
It's interesting.
You think
'cause
Wolf is better?
I do think
Okay,
Wolf is
yeah.
better. I would say Wolf is probably his like 5th best album.
Wow. Okay.
But anyways, Cherry Bomb, it has like jazz fusion, which is fun, and he does a cool job of it, which is a constant thing in Tyler. Like, you'll hear a lot of jazz stuff, and in rap in general. Like, jazz rap's a huge genre overall. Like, you'll hear a lot of people do that kind of thing. But for Tyler, it just kind of fell flat. And I would say it's a huge valley in between like
The peaks.
Wolf and then what we're about to get coming
cool.
up next.
Yeah.
On this album, it's not like all misses. It has a song called Smuckers, which I think is super fun. It has Kanye West and
really?
Lil Wayne, and it's a blast.
Sounds fun, yeah.
But yeah, that's where we go with Tyler. He goes into high of Wolf, into the valley, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay. Well, for Zach Top, he's still rising because he's only had one album.
True.
And I'll play you... I don't know which one to play. I don't know. I'll play you his most popular song.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this song, is, his first one on the top 100 Billboard chart, is called I Never Lie. And listen to the lyrics. They're very clever.
And you met someone.
This is the chorus,
Dad
by the way.
says he's okay. Well, I've never been better. Things are going my way. I sleep like a baby. I never show up late for work. I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
since you
Listen
said
to this last
goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you, but you know I never lie.
So there,
So mean.
he's lying.
Oh.
Because the joke is like, I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Obviously, he drinks whiskey and he feels to hurt. So the
Oh, I
entire
see.
time he's lying and he misses her. So it's a very clever lyrics.
I get it. Oh, that's fun.
So this, it's very fun.
I like
Very 90s country. And again, it's very country. I talked to you about last week about Parker, how it's
Yeah.
kind of like understated, modest lyrics that make country music so amazing. The lines between the lines
Yeah.
is the best part about country music. And this song just perfectly sums that up. It was actually co-written by Chris Cumberland, who I talked about
Yeah.
before. And yeah, I just love this song.
It is fun. I actually do think that one's kind of fun, and
Yeah.
I like I didn't realize that the whole thing was a lie. But
Yeah, and just also the instrumentals. I just love this genre.
Well, it's
because
like
the instrumentals-
classic.
I know.
like if I were to be like, YouTube, put me non-copyright country music, I feel like
It's
it'd
just-
be that beat.
It makes you want to line dance. It makes you want to go to a honky tonk.
Makes you want to go to Rockin' Horse.
Okay, Rockin' Horse sucks.
Yet we still go.
I never.
Actually,
go.
we haven't been this year.
Yeah, and I'm never going.
We'll bring
again.
it back.
No.
Next week.
No. No. Okay, but yeah, that's I Never Lie. First song charted on the top 100 billboards, and yeah, Zach Toff's still rising. So
Cool.
yeah, you can do.
You want me to come back? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of mentioned that Tyler went through that valley of Cherry Bomb, and he comes back out onto what I think is his best album. Well, it's not his best album, but it's his best album of the ones we've heard so far.
Okay, yeah.
And it's called Flower Boy.
Yeah.
And it's super popular. And some people say it's his best.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so, but a lot of people, like our roommate, Isaac,
Yeah.
shout out Isaac.
Isaac.
It's his favorite, I think. Well, he does say Igor, but he's like, oh, Flower Boy is really close. But anyways, we'll get to Igor.
Yeah.
It's a really perfect sounding album. And what I mean is, like, a lot of his other ones are rough around the edges. And for some people, that's not a great thing. Like, I kind of like it
Me
when
too, I like that
it's
too.
a bit rough, and
Yeah.
you can hear, like, we'll hear in this next album that it is rough, but it's perfect. Like, it's a great, like, you get this weird fusion thing. And in this one, it's really tight, and it's really sharp, and sounds great, but it's almost too, like mainstream and to the point. It has awesome features on this album. You have like Frank Ocean, Kali Uchis, Estelle, who's in like the American Boy song with Kanye,
Fortnite,
Lil Wayne, A$AP Rocky, yeah, #1 Victory Royale. I can play you.
Wait,
a clip.
does he produce Tyler? Does Tyler Childers, Tyler the Creator,
Tyler
produce?
Childers,
Does he produce these?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay.
For the first two, first one I think he did, and then the one we're about to get to, he produced all of it.
Okay.
And I think he has some help with some, and he doesn't produce all of the songs, but he does do a lot of them. But we'll listen to one clip.
I never had a
This is from
There's
911,
more fish
which
in the
is,
sea, but I never had a goldfish to begin with. I never had a dog, so I never been good with bitches, cause I never
just want
threw
you to
a
hear
ball
the last
bitch. I never had a pet, that's where it stems from, my bet. Treat me like direct deposit, checking on me sometime. Ask me how I'm really doing, so I never have to press that 9. 1.
He just sounds more confident to me
He's
too.
he's a lot more confident. In that last line, he goes, "Make sure you check in on me, so I never have to call that."
Yeah, that's good. That's powerful.
It's yeah. So a lot of this is definitely his most vulnerable. Like Wolf was kind of vulnerable, where he's starting to talk about stuff. Flower Boy, he's like straight into it.
Isn't that funny? Once you become more vulnerable, you almost become more confident too.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And like that line, it just perfect like encapsulates this whole album. Where there's like the songs are fun, like the song sounds fun, but the lyrics that he's talking about, they're like kind of deep, and it's kind of like depressing a lot of the time.
Kind of like Flower Boy, just like the title. I
Yeah,
like it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of songs like that on Flower Boy. But yeah, do you want me to keep going?
Do it.
Okay. So the next album, one of his, well, actually there was one album in between, not talked about very often. It was a Christmas album.
Oh really?
I'm not gonna play
the
you
Grinch
it.
one.
Yeah, I actually think there's bangers on it. A lot of people don't, but anyways,
but yeah.
he does do that, and then he goes into probably what I think is a perfect 10 out of 10 album. Like, I haven't heard a hip hop album this good in like forever.
Okay.
And it's Igor.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know Igor. A lot of people do. When you think of Igor, you think of that pink cover, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the character of Igor that he created. And all of his, one thing I can say is throughout all of his albums, they always have like a sort of main theme. And this one, it's a breakup album. Like it's all about a breakup. And you don't really get that from the first part. But in this, what's crazy is this one has so many different sounds. Every song is like strange. And I've made a little compilation of just things that you'll hear on this album.
I'm
We can
excited.
listen to it. It's 3 different songs, and they all have different sounds, in my opinion, and it's really cool.
Okay,
So
but
we'll,
Make my earthquake.
the common theme of heartbreak.
Oh,
okay.
make my earthquake. Riding around, love
this is
shaking
the
me
first
up.
single. It's probably the biggest song. Yeah, I think it's the weakest song.
Close the
Really.
door to open a window.
I know this one.
This one's a classic.
This one is so good. Sounds so different all these songs.
At least I had it.
So yeah, those are just 3 quick clips. If you haven't listened to Igor, you must listen to this album. It is like perfect from start to finish, no skips. And so it is. And one quick fact: in Earthquake, the song that we heard first,
Yeah.
Tyler didn't like his singing voice. He doesn't like his singing voice.
yeah.
And so he wrote that song for Justin Bieber
Oh,
or
really?
Rihanna. He sent it to them with those vocals that we hear.
Yeah.
And was like, this is kind of what I want. Can you guys do this for me? They were like, nah. So he's like, I guess I'll just keep my vocals that I
Wow,
already made.
that's
and then
cool.
he came out with this massive hit.
Is there any features on this album?
I can check. I don't think there is.
Wow, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure it's just him.
Yeah, I just feel like he's becoming more and more confident.
And you know, he is, because on the album cover at the very bottom, it says all songs produced and written by Tyler. He put it on the front of the album cover that is a thing, and he wanted to make sure everybody knew that each one of these songs were made by him.
That's cool.
I don't think there was any features. Oh no, that's a lie. Kanye West is kind of in a song called Puppet.
Okay.
And I think that's it. There might be a few others that I'm forgetting, but
yeah.
But anyways, it's basically just him on this album talking about a heartbreak, talking about a breakup, and this is where I think Tyler hit his peak, and he's officially like evolved into this great thing. He's released 2 albums since Igor.
Yeah.
One just came out. I think it's amazing, and I think Call Me If You Get Lost, his album right after Igor, it's also amazing.
Do you think he's still progressing, or do you think he reached his peak at Igor?
I think he's reached his peak, and now he's like kind of there.
But he's still glowed up.
Yeah, I think he glowed up to where he is now, and like everything that Tyler releases, I think you can confidently say like, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's where I would probably leave it. That's why I think Tyler has had the biggest glow up, and probably not just hip hop. I think in the music industry.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think we just have time for one more Zach Top song.
Let's hear it.
But yeah, I'll just say, listen to this album. It's really fun. If you want to listen to country music, just from the past, but also from now, listen to this album. The last song I'll play is called "Use Me," and there's some songs that like I think transcend genres. I do think that this is one of them. So let's listen to the start of this song. Much more slower, less instrumentals than the other ones. Just a guitar.
He said, I don't know your story, I just know you look lonely. Fancy that, I'm lonely too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's much more sad. And then I just want to play you the chorus because I love the vocals on this. It's much more louder. And then it crescendos up to this chorus.
Tell me you love me, and tell me you need me. I know we both know it ain't true, and I'll whisper you're everything I've ever wanted. I'll pretend if you pretend to. Oh, tell me you love me and use me like I'm using you.
Yeah, so a lot of songs off of this album kind of play on the trope of 90s country music where you meet a girl at a bar and you just dance with her and it's like love at first sight.
Yeah.
This song's it's kind of like a play on that where it's like he meets a girl but he knows he won't fall in love with her. Right. But he's lonely, he's heartbroken, and they just want to use each other for one night. It's called "Use Me." I love the vocals on this.
It's very like way more emotional than the other few songs that
very
I feel
powerful.
Like we've heard.
I
like,
know.
Yeah. That one I like. That one's not the.
Do you like what do you think? Do you like sad songs more or
like in general?
Yeah.
It depends. I think it depends the vibe. I know that's a dumb answer, but I really think like if you're in the mood for a sad song like hits.
I am personally very much a sad song munch.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why this is my favorite song off of that album.
Yeah.
And I'll just sum up Zach Top that there's some people who try to tap back into this golden age of country music of the 90s and neo-traditional country, like let me think, like Walker Hayes, he has a song called like 90s Country, but in that song it's just like the stupid snap tracks, the pop music where you're just like, hey, remember Alan Jackson, wasn't he good? Okay. But then this one is actually sounds like music. It's not trying to just like it's not imitating it, it's not referencing it. It actually is it. I think Lainey Wilson does that too, and that's why she's also very popular. Concert, yeah, she's very good, which I'll say I really want to go to his Zach Top concerts. If you have a chance, if you don't even like country, go to his Zach Top concert. Everybody I know who's been to one just raves about him. My mom and sister saw him at a festival. He was like fourth billing, right? Not even the headline, not even the opener.
Interesting.
The entire night, everybody was just talking about Zach Top. The person that went
is he coming to Toronto?
No, I hope so. I don't know. He's touring with Lainey Wilson now. He's like the opener. Okay, he also is going to open for Alan Jackson, which is like pretty cool. In a couple songs, so a couple places. But anyways, in this festival, the person after him, which was Luke Grimes. If you know Yellowstone, you might know Luke Grimes, which he actually makes some pretty good country music, right?
Interesting.
But he's actually kind of good for an actor. But everybody just kept on talking about Zach Top. It kind of ruined Luke Grimes' set because everybody in the crowd was just going, bring back Zach Top. He's an amazing performer, amazing guitarist. And yeah, I think he's one of the hottest stars in country music because he's bringing back the fastball. No more changeup, no more sliders. He's bringing back fastball music, country music.
I like it.
And then, wait, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah. Go for it.
So, and I'll just say I'll say in 2010 country music, it kind of sucked. I'm gonna be honest. Bro Country, that stupid BB Rexa song, like with Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite song of all time, and that's like the most popular
What about
country
Chicken
song.
Fry?
That came out a little earlier.
Oh, good. So it's good.
Yeah, it's too sad that song now.
Chicken Fry's too sad?
Oh, Brianna.
Okay, that's enough out of you.
But anyways, it's another country glow up, bringing back neo-traditional country. But it's a little bit different from the 90s, whereas neo-traditional country was kind of the only genre that became popular. In this era, I feel like there's even more different subsets of country music that's becoming popular at the same time. Like, I think that country pop is improving. Like Morgan Wallen, I hope to talk about Morgan Wallen in one of these episodes. He's improved on this country pop, these Snapchat. He's improved on the 2010s music.
Yeah.
Because just lyrically and vocally, I think he's improved on that. And then you get the Zach Bryans, who just like a guitar and a broken heart.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a change up. Country pop's a slider, but then we're bringing back fastball.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, there we
so
go.
that's kind of different. But yeah. So yeah.
Those are the glow ups.
Yeah.
ZZ Top, Tyler Childers.
Yeah, that's right. If you just take one thing from this episode, listen to ZZ Top and Tyler Childers.
Yeah, that's it. No, listen to Tyler Creator. Listen to Zach Top.
I'll be sure to listen to Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, and I'll listen to some Zach Top. I'll listen to his newest album. I won't listen to any of that bluegrass stuff.
Yeah, well, I think we have time for one more break and then we'll come back with a little bit of a game.
Yeah,
a little bit of a draft.
Welcome back to the TikTok bait segment.
Let's do it.
This is where we do a little segment where we can post it on TikTok and hopefully get some views.
Probably not.
But probably not. Anyways, today, in the spirit of Halloween being tomorrow, tomorrow, we decided to do a Halloween song draft.
Yeah.
So we're both drafting our top 5 Halloween songs of all time.
Oh, and you pick who goes first. Quickly, just point.
Yeah.
Emmett.
What?
Okay, number 1 song I'll pick with the first pick in the Halloween draft, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and Crypt Kickers.
I think that's a terrible pick. But
okay, who do you pick?
What I think is the definitive first overall pick, Thriller.
No, because let me explain.
No, we don't have time for explanations.
Just let me say one thing. Monster Mash puts you in the mood of Halloween right away. Thriller you can listen to all the time. Okay. And I just think you only can listen to Monster Mash at Halloween, and that's why I put it.
Okay.
Anyways,
I don't think so, but whatever.
With my second pick, I pick C'est l'Halloween by Maxwell. That French song, if you aren't familiar, I'll just play like 1 second of it.
C'est l'Halloween. Wait, is this the one that I was talking about?
Yeah, wait. I don't know what's not working.
Oh.
Halloween, say Halloween.
Is that like a dance that goes with it? Okay.
Do you know it?
Yeah,
it's a banger.
I think I've heard.
It just reminds me of school, and Halloween's so fun as a kid, so that's why I picked that one.
Well, I think you've given me a free open pick here with Spooky Scary Skeletons
I hate that
at
song.
number 2.
I hate that song.
But it is the most Halloween song of all time. You've heard it in school. That's the only song I ever heard. Every Halloween dance, you heard that thing.
You picked like Anthony Bennett with that pick.
I did not.
Yeah. Okay.
I picked like Zion with pick 2.
With number 4. With my third pick, I'll pick. What should I pick? I'll pick the Halloween main theme song from the movie Halloween.
No.
Actually, I didn't know, but John Carpenter, the director, he made this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want to play it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. I had that on my list, but it was also like way
got my
list.
big 3 of C'est l'Halloween, Halloween theme, and Monster Mash.
I think that's a terrible big 3.
That's better than LeBron, Wade, and Bosch.
Not.
Yeah, it is.
I'm about to pick LeBron, Wade, Bosch.
Okay.
With my third pick, the Ghostbusters theme.
Oh, I was gonna pick that.
That is the third pick. That could be a first pick.
It could be.
It's a steal of the draft. At 3, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like, that is a classic.
Yeah.
If I hear that at a Halloween party, which we will, then I'm telling you right now, it gets the crowd going.
Okay, I like that pick.
Let's hear your 4.
My 4th, I don't know if this is really a Halloween song, but I'm picking it anyways. Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I get
it's about the apocalypse.
It's
very spooky, and I love that song. And yeah, that's my number 4.
I respect it. I kind of think that is kind of a Halloween song for the most part. Okay, I'll do my 4 here. I just watched this movie, so it's fresh off the dome.
I don't know what you're going to pick.
I don't think you just watched this movie, but I watched it during reading week. This is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas.
But that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but this is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is So it's like literally a Halloween song, and it's a classic.
That's a good 4.
That's my 4.
Okay, my 5th pick. You picked Michael Jackson. I gotta pick a song with Michael Jackson in it. Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell. That's very creepy, just like that, like.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
my
think of that
5.
one.
Yeah, I like that song. It has Michael Jackson, King of Halloween on it. So I got my Michael Jackson pick in there.
Okay. My final pick is also not a song that I would consider a Halloween song, but I think the context of it can kind of be into Halloween. Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads.
I don't think I know that song.
You don't know Psycho Killer?
Maybe.
I could play it.
Yeah, we have time.
You'll probably know this. I think. Goodbye, phone.
Don't play ads.
When the Raptors scored.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
It's fine. No ads. Here we go.
Oh yeah, I know this one. Yeah, that's a good 5.
And then it goes Psycho Killer.
Yeah, I know that. That's a fun song.
Like I don't know if it's a Halloween song, but it talks about a psycho killer.
Okay, just to recap, my picks were Monster Mash, Say Halloween, the Halloween theme from the movie, Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and then Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell.
Okay, and then my top 5, we got Thriller, Spooky Scary Skeletons, the Ghostbusters theme, This is Halloween, and Psycho Killer.
Yeah, I won that.
There's
Guaranteed.
no way. It's like I just drafted Luka, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and
no, I just picked
Jason
I just drafted the 96 Bulls. Yeah, it's easy.
way.
Let us know on our social medias who you think won the draft. We'll put it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 10 seconds left. What are you looking for in music this week?
I'm going to keep listening to Chromacopia. How about you?
I'll listen to Riley Green's album again.
All right. There we go.
See you later.
See you later.